Welcome to Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. My name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. Our objective is to enthuse, inspire, energize, and empower entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of all stripes here in BW and beyond. We do so by inviting these entrepreneurs into our makeshift studio. Sometimes we call them to the restaurant, sometimes we go to our studio, and we ask them to share their experiential knowledge, their experiences and their expertise. And we ask them as many questions as we can, aimed at empowering you also as a viewer. Hello dear viewer, dear listener, my name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. I welcome you to another exciting episode of Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. Today we're going to talk about all things Forex, and I have a very, very powerful guest for you, someone who's got intimate knowledge of these matters, who's going to impact your life and add value. And his name is Sledge Chizhala. Welcome to the show, Mr. Chizhala.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mogobe. Thanks for having me. I'm so humbled to be one of your esteemed guests because it's not everybody who comes here. So thank you.
All right. Now, do us the favor of sharing fully your background in terms of academics and so on.
Wow, thank you. First and foremost, I'm a husband and a dedicated father. I think I need to get that out of the way before I go further. But my academic background gets any school or public school throughout up until varsity. I was born in Francistown, raised in Totume, from primary all the way up to Form 5. I went to a school called Totume New School. It was still Totume New School because Nerlema Standard 1 and there was no Standard 7s. So it was Standard 1 up to Standard 6, 1988. And then I got straight A's there. I've always been smart. I don't like blowing my own trumpet, but yes, Form 2, we did 2-year JC, by the way. I went to a school called Pandagala CJSS, and then I got another A from Form 2, and then I went to Form 5. From Negetsamika chess, by the way, I'm a chess player. Yeah, and Form 5 also, Form 5 McConnell College.
I think chess probably contributed to your love for Forex, but we'll deal with that later.
Thank you, Mr. Mo. And then I went to varsity to study BCom. We didn't even do a BCom back then, but I was doing Bachelor of Accountancy.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to divide this interview maybe into 3 sections. Your life before Forex, and then the middle part will be about Forex, and then the last part will be your projections about Forex and what you see in the future. So let's talk about your life before Forex. What were you doing and what activities were you involved in?
My first love, like I said, is chess. Chess is life somehow. Chess is life mirrored on a board. There was a myth that if you are smart, you need to play chess, but it's just a myth. Anybody can play chess. So somehow I got hooked to this game, chess, and then I was playing Gabon because people always thought, how can a man play Gabon? But when I was young, chess. So when I was young, I had an injury on my leg. It almost got amputated. So I was advised by doctors not to play any physical sport like football or anything like that. So somehow I deviated to chess, but athletics I was very active, 100 meters, 200 meters. So in short, and then by the grace of God, when I was at Pandagala CGSS, there was a gentleman called Mr. Toscano who happened to be from the UK, and he was my class teacher, my English teacher, and my science teacher, and my chess coach, and more like a father figure because imagine Utsotutume, you don't know Gaborone. And he would literally take us to Gaborone on everything on him.
At his own expense.
At his own expense.
Where was he from?
He was from the UK.
Okay.
From England.
Okay.
Yes.
Because the name sounds Italian or something.
Yeah, it's Mr. John Toscano.
Toscano, yes.
Yeah. So I guess they always say good lawyers play chess. I understand you are a lawyer by profession, Mr. Mogobe.
Yes.
I don't know if you know how to play.
Not that much,
Not that
but my children do.
But you know the basics.
Yes, yeah.
So in short, Hela,
I know the pawn and the king and
the
queen and the role of
the castle and the bishop.
Yes.
So like I said, chess is life mirrored on a board. So it's and then the pawns and stuff. But
I gravitated towards Monopoly more.
Oh, wow.
And probably that's how I ended up in real estate.
You monopolize it.
No. But I mean, it mirrors life in property.
In property, yes. I know a bit about Monopoly. I've played it also. But besides, and then I grew in chess, played called intervarsity games, represented Batswana at under 15 level, under 17 level, and then you get to varsity now, you start meeting girls and stuff, and you lose a bit of focus. But I've represented the UB Lesotho and Swaziland in the intervarsity games. I didn't reach national team level, though there was a time.
But you won at the intervarsity games.
Yes.
Yeah.
We won gold all the time because Basotho le Maswati, they were not really part of. They are not really good at chess. I don't know now, but during our time...
But the South Africans gave you a run for your money.
Yes. There was a time they came down to Suwa, all the way, Kosua Pen, and they gave us a run for our money. And then I grew more chessing. I have a foundation which I was helped by Mr. Chilisa.
Oh, I know him. He's a very good lawyer.
Very good lawyer. He helped me register a foundation, which he is also a trustee.
What's it called?
The Sledge Chizhala Foundation. So what we do is we go to prisons and donate chess sets and books. And if you have books, you can give me so that I go give them whatever books you have. Because a prison is not, I don't call it a sentence. I call it, you need to go there and introspect where you went wrong and then figure out how you can get out of that situation.
That's why some people call it rehabilitation centers.
Thank you.
You go there to revive and rehabilitate yourself.
It shouldn't be called a prison. It should be a rehabilitation center. Yes, so I'm just saying, not political. I'm just saying.
Yes.
So you go there to rehabilitate yourself. So that's why I used to go to, before COVID, I used to go to, there's a prison, Yabana, Tamaga, where I would go donate chess sets, books, and books are generally the magazine and stuff. So because when you are locked up, you don't have much to do. And then obviously I started working after graduating from varsity. When Riverwalk Mall was opened.
That is 02.
Yes. I graduated, we started, when Riverwalk Mall was opened, I was listening on here. I love radio a lot. So I get ready on FM and then they were saying Riverwalk Mall is being opened. I walked down across village and got there, found some gentleman from South Africa. His name is John Rapiri, and he was busy preparing a place to open a restaurant. So, and then I started chit-chatting with him. Long story short, I got myself a job as a waiter. And
at Riverwalk.
At Riverwalk Mall. And then
that would be at Zebra something.
Yes, that place there.
Yeah.
So I start juggling between school work at varsity, at UB by the way, and working. So you can imagine.
I think you should encourage those who are listening that it's important to do that, to have a side hustle like waitering. It develops your mind in the long term, doesn't it?
It does, Mr. Mogobe. And also your what do you call it? Your interpersonal skills and the way your customer care and the way you, because if you have a menu, when someone comes into the restaurant, you can always say, we have this and this and this. You try to have customer care and service, try to build a confidence, So because that's why I met people like Doreen Kama, Boduma Boko, they would come there to have their meetings with their clients and a whole lot of other people in Gaborone. So
no, we're going to talk about Forex first, but I know you also worked for Cash Bazaar and other organizations. Your training is what? Is in accounts?
Yes, my training is in accounts. I graduated with a BCom or a Bachelor of Accountancy from the University of Batswana. And then I got a job at Spa immediately because I was at Riverwalk. Somebody came to the restaurant, and so like you're saying, I should encourage other people to it's more like an internship of a way, in a way, because tiro ki tiro, you know.
Yes,
a job is a job, because at the end of the day, it's all about making money. It doesn't matter whether you're making money from the office or from the combi or from, and don't shy away from working, because whether you are a bus conductor or anything, at least you are putting money on the table. You are not stealing in a way. So someone came to the restaurant, and I told them I was schooling at UB, and then that's how I got the job at Spa, my very first job. After that, I worked, I think, for about a year and a half, and then got an opportunity to work at Cash Bazaar Holdings in Kasani at one of their hotels, which is Chobe Safari Lodge, under One Botswana Sky. That's where everything now opened up for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Now let's talk about why we're here, which is Forex. Can you give us a definition of Forex? What exactly is Forex? Because some people include it under the rubric of crypto and all kinds of things. Let's have a working definition. Forex, is that foreign exchange? If so, what about it?
Let me put it this way. Forex, did you know Forex is in the Bible?
No.
There is Ecclesiastes 11 verse 3, I think. I'm not sure about the verse.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 11 verse 3. It says, invest your money in foreign exchange or Forex, because one day you make good profit. And it says, invest your money in different areas, because you never know what kind of bad luck, or invest your money in different investments, because you never know what kind of bad luck you come across in life. So to answer your question, Forex is it's in the Bible. People don't know this.
I didn't know this. Definitely.
You can check it out.
Yeah, I'm going to.
You can Google. I have Bible on the.
No, I'll check.
Yeah, you can check. So, excuse me. So, Forex is done online. It's an online trading of financial instruments. So you trade it online. I guess you know where you go to South Africa. You want to go to South Africa and you go change money, and you can. There's a time when the rand is weak. You can get more rands with less pullers. There's a time when the rand is strong. So you pay, for example, you can pay the puller and the rand, and they all have a price. They, as currency pairs, like you pay currencies together and they have a price. So these things are done online, not the physical way that you exchange real money for money. So Forex is divided into 4 parts. We can have currency pairs.
Currency what?
Currency pairs, like your GBP, USD, Euro, USD, where you pay the pound with the euro, and you pay the pound with the US dollar, or the NZD, New Zealand dollar, with the CAD, because there's 8 major currencies. 8 major currencies. We have the GBP, which is the Great British Pound. We have the NZD, which is the New Zealand dollar. We have the Canadian dollar. We have the Australian dollar. We have the Swiss franc or CHF, and then we have the Japanese yen, and we have the, what else did I leave out? The US dollar, and then they are supposed to be 8.
Not
the
yuan.
One should be the euro.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
the Chinese yuan is not there.
Chinese yuan is not there. It's not one of the major ones.
Yeah.
So these 8 major ones, you pair them together. The Chinese yuan is an exotic pair. It's an exotic currency.
Sometimes they call it the RMB.
Yes, they call it the RMB. But you take this major 4, this major 8, and you pair them together. You will have the euro, because the US dollar will be trading with all these countries. So you do it online. There is an app called MetaTrader 4. That's where you trade online. You just download it on your phone. So like I was saying, Forex is divided into 2 parts. There is currency pairs. There is commodities, gold, crude oil. Crude oil is divided.
That's number 2, commodities.
Yes,
Currency
commodities.
pairs and then commodities.
Yes. Commodities, gold. Gold is XAU USD. It's paired against the US dollar. It's pinned against the US dollar or pegged against the US dollar. And then you have crude oil.
Is that what they call the gold standard?
Yes, the gold standard. So the US dollar, what else? The crude oil is divided into 2 parts. We have crude oil, which is the US one, and we have Brent crude oil, which is the UK one. So, and then you also have bonike, copper, wheat,
commodities,
wheat, coffee, and all this.
I've even heard of concentrated frozen orange juice.
Thank you, sir. There's a whole lot of things. Agriculture, beef, it's also there. So you can trade anything. So that's number 2. Number 3 will be your there's commodities. First I said currencies and commodities. Number 4 will be your cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies.
You skipped number 3.
No, let's just put number. Yes.
Cryptocurrencies are number 4.
Cryptocurrencies are number 4. And then number 3, what is it, Mr. Mogobe? Pardon? Yeah. Yes, stocks. Thank you. That's the most important one.
Yeah.
Stocks, Apple. Thank you, my brother, for reminding me. Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft.
Yeah.
Where you find your Bill Gates.
They call them there's the 500 index 500. SPF 500.
And then you have NASDAQ. So these stocks, you can trade them individually, and your Facebook. It's always intriguing and funny how people say Forex is a scam on Facebook when Facebook is part of Forex, because Facebook falls under the NAS 100 or the NASDAQ, which is the top 100 companies in the US. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then you have Coca-Cola, the US 30, which is now the Dow Jones.
Okay.
Dow Jones is the top 30 companies.
I want to come back to these 4, but just tell us your journey. How did you get attracted into Forex? How did it start?
Hey, Mr. Mogobe, my dad lives in Joburg. So growing up in Tutume, I was a rural boy. But as I grew, my father, remember there was the apartheid era in South Africa? My dad thought, this boy is grown up. So Hakebala from 2, he started, there was a time I used to go to South Africa, but not as frequent as it was, as it should have been because of the apartheid regime. So what would happen is after I was now able to travel,
after 94, after independence.
After Mr. Toscano showed me Gaborone, that's when now my dad said, you know Gaborone, come with your aunt, come with your uncle who was in the army. My aunt, my mom also is an entrepreneur because she was selling clothes, getting them from South Africa to sell. So she started on a bicycle.
Outlet. Oh.
No. She was buying from Fortsburg.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
Blankets, yes.
If it was the season, she would buy. Jerseys, winter time. She would buy those jerseys. So
you're also influenced by an entrepreneurial mom like me.
Thank you, sir. So it was more like a partnership because my dad full time, so he would buy and send to my mom. We tell him, balance it by your checks and balances. So now, what your question was,
how did you get started?
To know Forex? So after I started knowing my way around Gaborone, my aunt, she brought me to Gaborone, right? And then she said no cell phones back then, so she would call my dad on the landline to say, wait for him at the park station. We tell so when I got to Joburg, there's a TV. There was not even electricity. There was just a TV there, but there was no electricity to
connect it.
So I was always fascinated by news, CNN, because Munamogulu loves current affairs. So every time they'll be saying CNN markets, and then they'll be saying Dow Jones, the financial markets, Ranta Iule against the Pula, And then I was always intrigued by these numbers and thought there should be something that we need to know about this. So go university. If we talk about the foods and now the UK 100.
Like
NASDAQ.
Financial Times something. FTS.
FTS. The foods. The abbreviation is
exchange at the end. Financial FT. I forgot what it stands for exactly.
So like you also have.
You say FTSE is close enough.
FTSE is close enough. FTSE. So that's like UK 100. Kiri stock was a UK. Like I said, NASDAQ 100K, the top 100 in the UK. In the US, the UK 100K on the FTSE. So there was a lecturer who UBI Mama Gembe. She came in with the financial markets and whatnot. So now this started to feel the gray areas. Okay, these guys are talking about the Dow Jones. And like I told you, I love radio. There was a time I was listening to Semi T, who used to work with RB2 back in the day, with DJ Fresh. And he was saying, he asked a question, he just threw a questionnaire. Can somebody tell me what the Dow Jones is? And then people started calling on Metro FM.
Yes.
And people started calling in. This is when that's
when you're in SA,
And my dad always advised me to. He was working for a tire services company. He always said, "Man, you're better than me. I always want you to be good. I always want you to be a star. I want you to." There was a time he even said, "You should marry a white person." And I was like, "Dad, you marry who you love."
Yeah.
So that's how I got to.
But which one did you zone in of these four? We're talking about currencies, commodities, stocks, and cryptos. Which one did you choose to focus on, or are you good at all of them?
I'm good at all of them because the strategies that you put in place. Like now we founded, me and my business partner Sharon. We founded what should I call it? An online school, online trade school.
Is that Princess of Forex?
Princess of Forex. I'm a co-founder of that. So what we do is we have zoned in more on currency pairs because that's more like your crash or your kindergarten. If you know how they correlate, there was a time I had a teacher my maths teacher. A positive correlation, negative correlation, and I was wondering why are they teaching us this? So now when I go to Forex, I realize, okay, so when the GBP is strong or when the pound is strong, chances are it will be stronger than the US dollar. So once you learn the basics starting, you will realize that you can apply all the strategies across board, and that's how we also started this Forex, Princess of Forex.
And maybe you can answer me this silly question. When Obama came into power, 08, I went there. The pula was something like $1 to $5. When he came again the second time, 2012, I went to America again. I went to Dallas, and from my memory, it was something like 1 to 8. Now today is 1 to 11. I mean, US dollar to pula, and it looks like the hard currencies are getting stronger, and African currencies are getting weaker. Is there an explanation for that?
There's an explanation for that, Mr. Mogobe. Very, very good question. Thank you for asking that question. Because once you download the app, MetaTrader 4, which is the one that you use to trade on your phone, you don't even need a laptop, and you just need internet bundles. So what happens is, once you know how these things correlate, there's what we call fundamentals. There's the technical side of it. It sounds a bit complicated, but it's very simple when you break it down for you. When we mentor our students, we are the most followed Forex trader in Batswana with close to 50,000 followers. So on Facebook and Instagram.
Wow.
So we have what we call fundamentals and what we call technical side of things. What happens is, it's like this one is man to man marking.
Yeah.
So if you don't put your house in order, so what happens is, these currencies, these strong nations and the big guys, they always have their houses in order. If things are not done right, it affects lead or your currency. Lead is something very, very important, very, very sensitive. If you don't put your house in order, you lose your buying power, inflation and stuff, unemployment. So there's the technical side of it and the fundamental side of it, where there's a website called forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com. That's where you get all the financial news that move the market. So to answer your question, when Mr. Obama came into power, everything was in disarray in America.
Yes.
So he had to put his house in order. I guess you saw when Mr. Trump came in also, things started to go haywire against the US. So it's always about getting the right person into the seat, and then they'll be steering the ship in the right direction, looking at their fundamentals and the situation.
But why African currencies always faring poorly? I mean, why are we always getting devalued or something against the hard currencies?
It's politics, not the way we run our country. Our countries as Africa, we really need to introspect and make sure unemployment is at an all-time low. Because on this forexfactory.com or investing.com, there's also another one called investing.com. Americans have a way of measuring. There's what we call the NFP. That is the most important news on the forex calendar, because that's where you can measure how many jobs were created in the previous month. It's always the first Friday of every month, and it's done consistently for America. Americans take everything very, very seriously. Rona, I'm not saying we don't take things seriously.
Not as much.
But not as much. And the consistency also, the passion and the consistency. You know, with Forex, there are times when, even my wife can attest to this, there are times when I wake up my sleeping pattern is jumbled up, because there are times when I can wake up at 1:50 a.m. to check what's happening in Japan. Because the market is 24 hours. It opens on Sunday at 12 p.m. Go Sydney, and then closes at 12 on Friday. It opens on Sunday and closes on Friday night at 12. So there's the Sydney session, there's the Tokyo session, there's the Frankfurt or European session, the London session, and then there's the New York session. So all these news come at different times depending on which time of the calendar you are.
And I saw you, I mean, part of the reason you are here is because I saw you on a fairly viral interview which took place in Dubai. Tell us how you ended up in Dubai and what was that all about, because it was a very exciting interview where you had won a big award.
Wow. Like I said, I don't like blowing my own trumpet, but I'll just break it down for you. This is what happened. Princess of Forex was started 2 years ago. So as a mentor, we teach upcoming Forex traders. You can learn Forex from anywhere. Whether Obadile 7 or what, it's not about what Obadile man. It's about just you being consistent and developing the passion for it as and when we teach you, and never giving up, because if you give up,
that's it.
That's it. Yeah. So
because you go back to square zero.
You go back to square zero. It's all about perseverance and consistency and passion and the drive all the time. Like I told you, I can wake up at 2 a.m. And then my wife will be like, "Baby, can you please sleep? It's late." But when you have trades running, you can always wake up and check what on the market.
I'm sure when she spends that money, she doesn't mind what time you woke up.
There's a story that I need to tell you about when I started, because there was a time I was blowing money, and I ended up perfect at my art. And there was a time she said, "I think you should just go back and find a job and start learning. And start working." But
like other people.
Like other people. But to answer your question, Dubai.
Yes.
When you have students that you mentor, they need to have a broker. Because you start on a demo. People confuse Forex thinking, you just start about Senyamand. No, it's like driving. When you drive, you put an L on your car, and then the people who know, this person is learning how to drive. So with Forex, when you open this...
Some people jokingly say it stands for lunatic.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, because you are learning, you don't know what you're doing.
You
at
don't
that
know
point,
what you're
yeah.
doing. You know,
You're
you
a
are
bit of a
going back and
lunatic.
forth.
Yes,
You are
yeah.
going- yeah, you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
so when you download this app called MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5, depending on how compatible it is with your phone, you then learn on a it automatically comes with a demo account. So you learn on a demo account to trade. The demo account is like a live market, but you use virtual money. It comes with virtual money. You can get it in a way. You can fund it with $100,000 or whatever. It is virtual money, not real money. You learn then.
It's like simulated trading. Simulated.
Very true. I like how well versed you are with a lot of topics.
Yeah.
I guess you read a lot.
Yeah, I do. So it's simulated trading.
Yes.
So yeah.
So you learn on a demo, and then once you are there's a book that we share with our students so that they can follow suit and learn how buyers and sellers, because it's all about buying and selling. It's either as a trader, forex trader, it's either you are buying or you are selling. So the issue now is once they start learning and they know how to trade now, after perfecting their art on the demo account, they now want to go live. So when they go live, you need a broker who links you to the real market now. So we have partnered with a broker in the UK called Infinox. That's how then you start. A broker is someone who links you to the market. You fund with real money now, and then you start trading with the strategies that we teach you and the times when you need to trade, avoiding the news and stuff which I told you about, the fundamentals side of it. You look at the technicals and the fundamentals and you marry them, and then you have a good trade. So it's not really a scam like people say. So this broker, they pitted me against other brokers around the world. And then
how many?
There were many, like Nigeria, Portugal, Brazil.
So how many people were in the competition? Over hundreds, thousands?
Yeah, I think hundreds. And then that's how then we came out tops because it's Princess of Forex, the brand. I'm just a face of it. Lee, Princess of Forex, who is Sharon. She's the one who said, Sledge, you are good at this. Let's start a company and teach other people who can also benefit. It can help with unemployment and, alleviate poverty in a way.
So you topped the entire world?
Yes, sir. I topped the entire world.
Well, how much money you made, or what was how did they evaluate the success that this one has done? I want to know when they chose you because you accomplished what?
One, they looked at the number of students we brought there, and then there were trades that we were pitted with trades to say, motor trade, you are given so much money, trade it, like maybe you have $2,000.
Start with $2,000
and in a space of a week, can you push it to $1,000 or whatever? And then they measure those things and see where you can actually trade and be better at it.
And so it was you and your students. It wasn't just you alone.
It was us, Princess of Forex, and I, because I'm the one who was doing the trading. Money has to be put under somebody's name. Yes, the students was just to say there's what we call an IB. We introduce your students to a broker.
Yes.
So the number of students that you bring also counts because it's more like a partnership.
So you just had the phone ringing, come to Dubai.
Yes. No, it was the competition was running for 3 months. It started in July. So July, mid-month, because there was a time they said, Sledge, you can do this. You and Sharon can do this, And I was a bit skeptical about it. And then the second week, I gave it much of a thought. And then the second week, July, when other people were far ahead, I jumped in and then
you caught up and overtook.
We caught up and overtook them. And then July we won, August we won, September we won, and I got a call to say, you guys are going to Dubai. Wow. And then for our efforts, we were rewarded with $3,000, like $60,000.
Mm.
Sorry, $6,000, which is an equivalent of
60,000 pula,
60,000 pula.
which you just
Plus
spent
pula.
for the weekend or two there.
Yes, and then all expenses paid for.
Oh,
And
okay.
where you interact with, it's like the biggest expo. You know the Dubai Expo?
It's running right now,
It's
right?
still running
Yeah.
because it's divided into categories.
I know it's still on. I'm thinking of dashing there quickly.
You should.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
should,
yeah.
Mr. Mogobe. And you can learn about property. You can go there.
No,
and learn.
I might just do that. Yeah.
You know,
But let me ask you this question. What is it about, Princess of Forex and Sledge Chizhala that puts you heads and shoulders above the rest? What are the key traits that you think you possess that make you beat all these other guys?
Wow, what a question. Where do I even begin? It's the passion that we have for, because we are full-time traders.
Mm.
We have an office. We have also employed Bali, I think 4 now.
I'm sure all your competitors have the same.
Yes, they have the same, but the passion and the drive and the zeal and the zest that you have for it is what counts more. Because there are times when I can send emails at 2 a.m. to say, guys, this is what we need to do tomorrow. This is what we need to, because it's a business in accounting is a going concern. In simple terms, it's a concern. It's there is a problem that you always need to solve. So what put us head and shoulders above the rest is that the strategies that we have in place, which I won't reveal now, maybe behind the scenes I will tell you. But we have learned from the best. There's a gentleman called Ref Wayne in South Africa. Ref Wayne. Ref Wayne. Ref Wayne is his stage name. So he's one of the best, and he has introduced a whole lot of black traders into. He has shown Batswana, this thing is doable. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. It's like Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible
until it's done. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I believe that emotion plays an important role. So to what extent do you have to conquer self?
I am laughing because that's the reason why people think Forex is a scam. One, there is PDF books that we send to you. We have close to 12 WhatsApp groups. Details. A group WhatsApp can only take up to 256 people. So we have group 1 up to 12. They are full now. We now have a Telegram group which is close to 6,000. Batswana and international, because we are international in a way. We have students in the UK, they are from here, in China, in the US, in South Africa, even in Zimbabwe, neighboring countries, because it's online. Everybody can see us. We have, like I said, we have over close to 50,000 followers on Facebook. Just check out Princess of Forex, BW. It's us there.
So how do I become part of your groups? How does one join?
Yes, so it's crazy. So to answer your question, no psychology.
Yeah, you answer that one first, and then you answer the second one. How does one join? Answer those two.
How does one join?
No, first let's deal with psychology.
Okay.
And then we go to the joining one.
So once you've learned on the demo account, you are now, it's like now you have got your driver's license. As a driver, you don't need to worry about being a mechanic. That's what we always tell our students. You can drive a car, say, where is the carburetor in the car? Where is the radiator? How do I change oil? So we teach you the basics and then you stick to them. You just drive. It's like, Forex is like driving. I liken it to driving. So once you know those, and now there is a book that we send to you, and the strategies like you manage your greed, for example. If the market gives you $100 in a day, you have to have a target. Stick to the target. If you get more, you stay out of the market. Because once you become greedy, you can go like moving 5 steps ahead. And then
I've heard that of the 7 deadly sins, this is the most deadly. Greed. Is that in Forex? Is that true?
It's very true, Mr. Mogobe. And greed, risk management. There's what we call lot sizes. and the number of trades you open also play a role in how you do it. So once you've perfected the cycle, the thing is when you start putting in the money now, you can start panicking. So we are always there to help your hand. We send out signals to say, buy this, sell this. We put you in our group to say, we can show you the way. And once the fear is out of the way, the psychological side of it, which is mostly fear, and you manage your risk well, you strategize and you know, okay, these are the times I should trade, I should be in the market, you are good to go. And and success is inevitable.
Wow.
After that.
And now answer the second question, which is how does one join?
So how does one join?
Princes of Forex.
We have a Facebook page called Princes of Forex. There's our WhatsApp group there. Like I said, we have international students all the way to America, UK, and so on, and China, South Africa, closer to home. So there's a WhatsApp group there. You can like the page and also WhatsApp Sharon, because she's the one who does mostly the admin. And I'm the facilitator and the mentor. I do the Zoom sessions. You can learn from anywhere in the world. You just download Zoom. That's one of our platforms that we use. We can teach you from wherever you are in the world. All you need is internet. Like they say, we live in a global village.
Yeah, the new normal.
The new normal.
Okay. What is the best thing, would you say? What is the best thing or the most beautiful thing about Forex trading that a lot of people overlook?
Financial freedom and working from anywhere. All you need is internet. You can work from your Masini, your Moraka, anywhere you can. And then the financial freedom. Obviously when you start, it takes about a month, maximum a month when you are serious about it. Baba was slow. There's always slow learners who want to be pushed. And then, so
when you say financial freedom, what do you mean? Can you put a number to that? Or give us estimates? What you say that this person is financially free because of 1, 2, 3?
1 month can never be enough, but what would I say? If you can make ends meet and be able to support your family, be able to sponsor a chess tournament like I do. There's chess tournament because I told you my passion.
Yes.
Chess.
Yes.
I've sponsored online tournaments. There's been online tournaments at chess since day one, so they can still play chess up to now. So once you have the money that you like, a lot of disposable income. I wouldn't put a figure to it. Once you've paid your mortgage or whatever, your bills, and then you have disposable income, which you can help your family with, your mom, your in-laws or whatever. That's what we call financial freedom. Because the norm is you should have money, you should work for money and then invest what is left. But can't you should invest money and then spend what is left.
Yeah.
You know.
And of these 4 categories, currency pairing, commodities, stocks, and then cryptocurrencies, which one would you say is the most lucrative?
All of them are lucrative. All of them.
Why?
It's just that you need to know what you want, because currencies and stocks and commodities. You know what I mean? You can.
In English, they are easier to get results.
Yes. So you can scalp. There is what we call scalping. There is what we call day trader. There is what we call where you hold for months. Like cryptos, you can hold for months. Cryptos give Bitcoin. Bitcoin is part of Forex.
Yeah.
By the way, so that's where you find them more on your broker.
Yeah.
Broker will give you access to trade Bitcoin.
Even XRP, right?
Even Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin. So those ones, you can't get returns quickly. But with currency pairs, commodities, and stocks and indices, you can make quite a quick buck in a very short space of time, because they are very volatile. Yes. They move very fast.
If you are smart.
If you are smart.
You mentioned that a lot of people think that they are scams, but the truth is that people have been scammed. So you can be scammed, but they are not necessarily scams. How do people guard against being scammed?
Thank you so much for the question, Mr. Mogobe. In hindsight, I should have answered you before you start. One, people are lazy. I don't know whether I should call it lazy or people are always engaged. But when you need something and you are dying to do something, you make sacrifices. You make time to learn and you make time to study it. You make time. Imagine, for example, Nigel Amos. Nigel Amos, when he started, for sure there were people who were faster than him. But because he stayed in the game for long, he is where he is today because of that. He met the right coaches, the right mentors, the right people, and then the country came on board to say, we can help you. So if you quit along the way, or if you quit before you even start, there is a saying that says, winners
never quit, quitters never win.
Quitters never win. So my brothers and sisters, what they do is they'll see something online and then ask people, can I give you, I know people who have been scammed 100,000. What they do is they give people money to trade for them. Rona, we don't take money from anyone to trade for them. We teach you how to trade and then you trade for yourself. So when we can be, I think the right word is gullible. People are very gullible. They would say, okay, target say money and then ask this person to triple it for me. That's what they will promise you. After that, you realize, here is your $5,000, which is like 50,000 plus or minus. And then we have tripled it to 100. Can you please put more money so that you can now withdraw it? You now see, I have $100, I have $1,000, what? $100,000 or whatever. And then you $10,000, I've doubled it. You put in another, they will say another 2,000. After that, they still say no. They'll just say some funny things so that you put in more.
So your advice is that don't delegate the responsibility of
never ever
of trading. Just learn as much as you can and do it yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Mogobe.
But they still have hackers, don't we?
No, you have a password which you can always change at your own time, and you never share your password with anyone. I don't trade for people. We don't, at Princess of Forex, we don't trade for people. You learn how to trade and you trade for yourself. Okay. We have students who have said, you guys are good at this. Can you please trade for us? We can share profits 50-50. $2 million, Mr. Mogobe,
say no.
We'll say no. It's a policy and a principle that we have decided to say, you know what? People need to put in the work. People need to learn. People need to make sacrifices. As much as people love watching TV and watching soccer, just to have group mentality. The Queen, for example, say, this is what was happening. Sometimes you need to sacrifice. That's what I always tell our students. You need to make sacrifices to say, you know what, let me stay away from this.
Success comes with sacrifice.
Thank you, Mr. Mogobe. That's why you are as successful as you are.
All right, thank you. Listen, the thing that I really want to ask you is, can't you just shamelessly tell us and boast a little bit about your success stories? Students who have reached success that you have, without mentioning names, who are they and what have they achieved?
Wow. It's like you are reading your mind sometimes, because sometimes we give our students testimonies. There is like tons of students who are very successful from our academy, I would call it. We have one guy, his name is Unale Tata. I'm not going to share his surname. He was working for a security company. He started from nothing. He has lost his parents. I like giving an example, Kaini. He started from nothing.
Was he a Machingilan?
I don't like calling them that.
Okay, he was a guard.
He was a security officer.
Okay, God, thanks for correcting me. Yeah. It's an old expression. Yeah,
yes,
okay.
He's a security officer. So he started from nothing. Remember, he works with Siho, but all the time he was pestering us. How can I do this? And then there were times when he would open trades and fall asleep. When he wakes up, things have happened in his account. because since anybody stop loss and take profit, when you like to, it's one of the risk. How you manage the risk and the lot sizes, like I told
stop gap measures or whatever they call it. Yeah,
absolutely. So he learned from scratch from us, and he, as we speak now, he quit his job 6 months after he joined us, I think. His mission was always to have a black card. I think by now he has accomplished it.
Black credit card.
Debit card, not
debit card. Yes.
Credit cash follow.
Oh, I see. Okay,
debit.
When
you have 100,000 in your account.
Okay.
So he I think he managed that because there were times when he started, but because he had faith and belief in what we taught him, what I personally taught him, because Sharon manages the pages and whatnot, and I'm the one who mentors them, more Zoom and stuff. So he started from scratch like that, and then long story short,
he's financially free.
Yep. So long story short, there was a time he was making like plus or minus 20K in a day. There was a time he would say, "I'm done trading this week. I'll start trading again next week."
Yeah. The biggest one where people are really suspicious or uncomfortable is with crypto. Tell us about crypto and to what extent Batswana warming up to cryptocurrencies.
Cryptocurrencies, the most popular one is Bitcoin. People don't realize that cryptos are a part of Forex in a way. So can you get your facts right? Find a broker who you can trust. Like we have a trusted broker who won't run away with people's money. When you want to withdraw $5,000, they say wait for a 2 for 2 because they don't have the money. We have brokers that have been closed down because you have to meet a certain criteria to be classified a broker. There are licenses that there's categories and licenses. People can withdraw 100,000. People can withdraw anytime they want. So with our broker, it's easy to fund, easy to withdraw. So with Bitcoin, people only learn. It's like learning to drive, but knowing only forward drive. Also, it's reverse. So when you learn cryptos, you are just learning just a teeny weeny part of Forex. So you need to have a holistic picture of what you are doing so that you know and safeguard yourself against scammers. Yeah. I don't know whether I'm making sense.
You're making sense, but I've heard people say that with crypto, it's only Bitcoin, but that Bitcoin and even Ethereum are now inaccessible. That the best thing is to go for the smaller coins and so on and so forth. So I don't know whether you are able to enlighten us there.
Yes, I can enlighten you. I guess you always hear them saying, if you had joined Bitcoin
5 years
ago, by now you'd be a millionaire.
Or a billionaire.
Or a billionaire. The thing is, when you buy and you hold. Holding means you buy and then you wait for the price to move, and then you can be in profit. As the price of Bitcoin goes up, you are in profit, even if there is a pullback. I guess you remember there was a time Facebook had an issue. Kind of the stocks and Bitcoin, there's always a
lot of volatility.
Yes, they are always pushing up. So when there is a pullback, because there is people who control the market, like your big banks, your HSBS and your JP Morgan, and all
the big guys,
Yes, the big
BlackRock and so on.
Yes, so go Bitcoin, they are called whales.
Yeah, I think they're called whales.
Yeah, so they wait for the price to drop and then they push the price up. So if you are small, so now the price of Bitcoin, it's so high that not anyone can afford it. So you can only afford the small ones. With Bitcoin, people are saying cryptos are the future. Why? Because it's like...
When you say people, you're not including yourself.
I'm also including myself.
Oh, okay.
Generally,
we are saying.
Yes, we are saying cryptos are the future. Why? Because it's more like having one currency, Mr. Mogobe. It's more like having one currency where we do away with
fiat currencies.
Where we have the pula, this, and then we'll be complaining what our currencies are weaker than. It's like having one currency, the whole world having one currency. So Bitcoin is very expensive right now because it long started and it has been pushing up.
Started 10 or 12 years ago.
12 years ago.
But some of us were skeptical. I'm still borderline skeptical.
You know, when Ref Wayne came to Botswana in 2016, that's when he opened up my eyes to say, you know what, if this person can, sometimes they say study the rich. Just sit back and study how they live. Like there's a book by Mr. Mahang, Mr. David
The
Mahang,
Magic of Perseverance.
The Magic of Perseverance.
I've read that book.
Sit back, watch how they persevere, and learn from them. So when
it's one of my favorite books.
Our people think Forex is illegal. Anybody can trade anywhere in the world. Forex is not illegal. It's open to everyone. It's just that we are always skeptical, like you say. We are always skeptical. Our government doesn't say stop trading. They just want to safeguard the citizens, to say there are scammers out there which you should be wary of. It's not like they are saying don't trade. If you find someone who can trade and you can make, like yesterday we had one of our students saying, I want to withdraw $2,400, which is like how much?
25,000.
25 plus or minus
25,000
bucks. So in one of our Zoom meetings, so Batswana in our group, we're like, wow, so this thing is doable. You know what I mean? So there is always a way of studying and and take out the fear in you. Travel a bit, see the world. Like I used to travel to South Africa when I was 15 alone. We tell and I know every corner of Joburg. Yeah. And because I travel, I see how people see things.
Yeah, same here. No, I believe in that. And can you tell me who you admire? You mentioned Mr. Wayne, but if there's someone in the Forex trading space who could be described as your hero, who would that be beyond Mr. Wayne? Mr. Wayne is your mentor.
There's another gentleman in the UK. I have a very close bond with the UK. His name is Samuel Morton. Morton spelled Morton. This is Morton Wanamaya.
Yes.
Yeah, Nona.
No, I've got it. Yeah.
Is it Nona your
Nona's is the restaurant, yes, downstairs.
This is Morton Wano.
Yeah.
This is Morton Wanamaya. Morton Morton.
Yeah.
So he's very chilled and he's one of the people that I admire the most. And we always refer our students to go check him out because there are people who can sell you.
And what achievement did he accomplish that you're so impressed with him?
Wow, he has a YouTube channel, which is something that we are working on. We might have a YouTube channel, but the thing is, whatever he says is very real. He doesn't sell you dreams. He tells you that you can do this and this and this, because there's so much material on YouTube. You need to be careful what you watch. And we always tell our students that anybody can trade, but you can don't watch everything on YouTube and think it's the truth.
It's the truth, yeah.
Yes. Sometimes you need to Josefa, you need to say, I can watch this and
you need to be discerning.
Very true. Thanks
you need to be discerning.
For lack of a better word, you need to safer and then try and say, okay, if this person can do it, I can do it. But on who inspires me or who I look up to, Ref Wayne in South Africa. There's another gentleman called Jason Noah. That's on the Forex front. There's another one called Louis Chakwani. These are people I have met. We've shared strategies, we've had meetings, we've met at seminars. By the way, we have a seminar coming up on the 27th, the first of its kind in Botswana.
27th of November. What's it called?
Pardon?
What's it called? Forex Seminar.
Yeah, it's just Botswana's first Forex Seminar. You can go to our page and see the details. And
what does it take to be part of that?
You just fund your account with $100 and then you are part of it. You get an e-ticket and then you are part of it.
Okay.
So total, I'm
it's basically 1,000 or 11,000 pula to get it. 1,100 pula. 1,100.
It's an opportunity that you need just to come and have the ambience and see and interact with other forex traders to say even now our government can see what Forex is another way we can help alleviate poverty and help with unemployment. It's like we started from nothing. It started like a joke. We're now employing about 4 or 5 people. We have someone going to the bank to deposit money. We have someone, answering to our calls, and it's something that is growing. So, Mr. Mogobe, you inspire me. I'm not only inspired by Forex traders.
Oh, okay.
You inspire me a lot, Mr. Mogobe.
Okay.
And I would like to learn a lot and interact with you.
Well, I would like to learn what you know. I mean, it seems like you can teach me a lot, especially on crypto and on stocks trading. I would like to learn something from you there.
Thank you, sir.
So you have a student waiting in me.
Yeah.
All right.
So just to wrap up, on our page we can buy airtime here 1,000 pula, and then BTC, Mascom, Orange, we can buy that airtime. Reposter hela. Sharon will just post it there, like my 50 pula, my 100 pula, sometimes up to $2,000, just to appreciate our followers.
How does that help?
It helps because it's an online business.
You buy them airtime.
We buy them airtime and we post it. We tell them at such and such a time. Sharon tells them at such and such a time.
So they can access it.
Yes, and then it's first come, first serve. If you grab the airtime, like you can use it to learn and call your parents in these tough times that we live in.
Okay.
We also, because what Jack Ma, why we are doing this is we also donate stuff, like I told you.
Yeah. What about Jack Ma?
Jack Ma once said, I don't know the exact word, but he said, if you start a business, your friends and family, more often than not, are not going to support you. But it's the strangers who are going to support you. It's the strangers that are going to support you and believe in your dream. Again, they say,
the prophet is without honor at his own home.
Exactly. So
I think Jesus said.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very passionate and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
same here.
So Jack Ma once said, if you start a business, your family and friends more often than not are not going to support you. They will get stuff from you and not pay you or pay you half bits and pieces. But strangers are going to support you wholeheartedly. That's why we give back to the people who just see us on social media and support us from nothing.
If it were up to me, we could talk for another 2 hours, but time is not our friend. This is a part of the show where I ask you the crystal ball question in terms of what are you looking forward to in terms of the next 10, 20 years for both Princess of Forex and for Sledge. What future do you see for these two entities?
Wow, what a question. We've divided it into years to say we want to have this phase, like have a lot of followers on Facebook, have a lot of Batswana going into Forex, even have maybe the Botswana Stock Exchange on board, because the New York Stock Exchange is the same as Botswana Stock Exchange. We want a platform where we will have Batswana trading on the Botswana Stock Exchange, where we can sit down with Mr. Tseole or whoever will be the CEO that time to say, can we monetize this and make Batswana be part of the Botswana Stock Exchange? Like everybody is part of NASDAQ. Everybody can have a fair share of
In other words, be able to trade easily online. But I thought you can do that. Oh, it's not accessible now?
Botswana. I doubt it. I'm not.
Oh, it's difficult to.
It's difficult to.
You have to go through a broker and give them a check or something.
Yes,
we make a payment.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not digital.
You can't go direct.
It's not digital in a way. We need to have links to say this is the link to the Botswana Stock Exchange, the JSE, Joburg Stock Exchange. You can trade for the Joburg Stock Exchange
from your laptop.
So anyone, even students, can be part of it, because Botswana Stock Exchange is the rich getting rich, and because they have the financial muscle, they can do it all alone exclusively. But the Forex Exchange International is for everyone. You can have just a share of the pie. Even if the bigger guys like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and your Apples and your Mark Zuckerberg are getting a bigger piece of the pie. But we want a situation where you can also be a part of it.
Yeah.
That's the vision.
Because I think you can eventually, if people are participating, you can move people from poverty to the middle class at least, and then hopefully some from the middle class to those high net worth individual position. I think it's doable.
Absolutely.
But it has to be a collective.
It has to be a collective.
Yeah.
Because they say your network is your net worth.
Yes.
You need to network, share ideas, come to a what's the word, Mr. Mogobe?
Consensus.
To a consensus.
Yeah.
I almost said to a conclusion. Come to a conclusion or a consensus to say, this is the agreement that we have. How can we now make Batswana or the world be part of it?
In terms of outside the country, any future for Prince of Forex across the continent?
Yeah, we would like to expand more and have offices. First, we need to conquer Botswana, because next week I think I'll be in Palape and Pikwe. It's a deliberate move. Currently, we have a special where we are teaching Batswana for free. We are just teaching them for free. Just log on, download Zoom, and be part of us. All details are on our page. So it's a deliberate move. Pikwe, you know how it is, the hardships and stuff.
Yes.
We have students in Pikwe who have volunteered to say, come on board. There is more people here who want to
learn.
Yeah, so it's in a way we are resuscitating the economy. Once we have offices, we have an office more CBD. Once we have another office, maybe
because there's another of your competitor. I think it's called Forex College or something like that. You know them?
We don't like talking about competitors, but yes, we know them.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I've interviewed one of them here.
You have,
so,
yeah. But anyway, it's not like it's a cutthroat competition. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. We want everybody to come on board. The more people trade, there's Keg. There's another guy called Keg Kosovoe. Keg FX. He trades more in the synthetic indices. He's not the market is so huge.
There's enough for everybody.
There's enough for everyone. I'm not comfortable talking about. I mean it.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean.
So, you don't want to badmouth them.
Yes,
that's what you mean.
Or just to misrepresent them or misquote them. So there's a bigger piece of this. There's a pie for everyone. The pie is large for everyone. So if we can have an office more southly, Lego Francis Town, and then grow Botswana into have reputable traders and have short testimonies and results, and then expand into Africa, because already we have students outside Botswana.
Outside Botswana, yes, you did.
Yeah, and then maybe have an office in Santen, like we have our broker they are based closer to home.
Yeah.
They want us to have a broker in Botswana, on a fully fledged.
Yeah, there's a lot more to talk about, but I think we have to wrap it up now. Here's your chance to ask me a question, Mr. Sledge Chizhala.
There's so many questions I need to ask you.
Just pick one.
Okay. I think as an attorney you have accomplished it all. We are now sitting in a building here, Homo CBD, Mogobe Plaza. We would like to also have something like this in the future. But my question would be, what keeps you going and what drives you?
I think interacting with people like you, learning from other people, empowering others. Our tagline, you know it. We want to enthuse, we want to empower, we want to energize. As long as there's an opportunity to empower, I'm excited. I get out of bed, because the more you empower others, the more you get empowered. And this podcast is really something that I'm excited about, because there's always an opportunity to learn from giants such as yourself.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. You it's more like saying, if we shine our light together, you can see better than me shining my light.
Yes, that's true.
Thank you.
You see that camera there? You want to talk to whoever is behind, who's watching you there, to leave them with words of inspiration, words of encouragement?
Thank you, Mr. Mogobe. Baka e kwa lapeng ke bidiwa Sledge Chizhala from a very disadvantaged background. But what I need to tell you, Batswana kwa lapeng, and whoever is watching from wherever in the world, it never ever give up. Always believe in yourself, always know your worth, and never ever give up, because if you give up, you are as good as you don't exist. So never ever give up. It's very possible. I always saw people saying it's possible, black child, it's possible, it's possible. But I'm a testimony that if you fall 7 times, stand up 8. Thank you, Mr. Mogobe.
Okay, you've done a great job. I'm so impressed. But you need to tell them your contact so that they can reach you if they need something from you. They need to interact further. And your contact details, please.
Yeah. For further interactions, like I said, I'm the co-founder of Princess of Forex. Why Princess of Forex? Because we wanted to empower the girl child, and but our Facebook handle key Princess of Forex BW deliberately, because we are proudly Botswana Pusha BW. Instagram Princess of Forex BW. We are not on Twitter, by the way, and we are not on LinkedIn. But with Mr. Mogobe's help, I think and our contacts on Facebook, we are also on WhatsApp and Telegram. We are on Telegram. We are, for more details, just check out our Facebook page. Our WhatsApp line key +267, that's the code for Botswana, 74938450. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're a wonderful guest. Really enjoyed this one.
Thanks, Mr. Maro.
Thank you.